I understand what you're feeling, what you're thinking. The world is not so good right now. The world is on fire. People have terrible things happening to them, to their loved ones. The news is full of one atrocity after another. And you're thinking, how could I possibly think that writing a book, writing a short story, releasing a short story out into the world, releasing a book out into the world, or heaven forbid, talking about it, promoting it, trying to get people to buy it, how could I possibly be so presumptuous as to think that that's more important than everything that's going on right now? Hi, my name is Matthew Wayne Selznick. I am a 20 plus year veteran of independent publishing, podcasting, and even longer veteran of DIY independent creative endeavors. I have 15 plus works on the market, and my day job is helping creators like you bring their creative endeavors, especially their books and their fiction and their nonfiction and their memoirs, to fruition, to market, and to an audience. Things are bad. You're scared, or maybe you feel some sort of shame that you have a work of art that you've poured your soul into, and you want to promote it. You want to put it out into the world. Heck, maybe you just want to finish it, and you think, people are getting shot in the streets. How could I possibly do that right now? How could I talk about or focus on my silly little story when all this is happening? Yeah, the world is on fire. It's okay to write your book. It's okay to talk about the book you've just released. It's okay to spend some of your time on your creative endeavors. I promise. And here's why. There's a number of reasons, but here's the biggest one. There will always be something awful happening in the world. The difference is you're aware of the things that you're concerned about right now. Somewhere out there, someone is dying needlessly. Someone is suffering needlessly. People in power are abusing people with less power. Always. Since we got together in groups of more than 5 until now and well into the future. So there will always be a crisis. In one way or another, someone's world is always going to be on fire. And where do we turn when we need release from that? Where do we turn when we need to better understand the situation, either currently or retroactively? We turn to things that people have written. And yes, that includes fiction. That includes the craziest, wildest fiction, science fiction, fantasy, all the stuff that seems like throwaway entertainment, romance, you name it. Westerns, I don't know. Whatever people might consider unserious literature, well, that makes the world go round, my friends. We need art to not just give us a break from the 24-minute news cycle, but also to help us understand our fellow humans. There will never be a time where things are perfect. where and you can feel like you can fully focus on your creative works. Don't wait for it. You know, there's an anecdote about C.S. Lewis teaching a class of young men uh, while World War II was just getting cooking. And they all had the same question, how can we be here in this English literature class um, talking about writing when the world is on fire, once again. And he pointed out to them that there will never be a good time. There will never be a perfect time. But the world needs your art. And that's, of course, still true today. I believe, and I want you to believe this, that whether you're in the middle of your 90th book or just beginning to, or just thinking of beginning your first, only you can tell that story. I don't care if it's the most seemingly derivative thing out there, only you have the perspective to tell that story as you are telling it. And if you don't, then that unique perspective on what it means to be human will be unheard, lost, silenced. Now you might be thinking, who cares? It's just my unique perspective. It's just my little point of view. It's just my interpretation of the fantasy or science fiction or romance story that we've all heard before. Why should I care? Why does it matter? Well, that's just it, friends. You don't know how what you write and polish and publish and sell and, yes, promote. You have no idea how that's going to affect the people who eventually read it, experience it. Your responsibility is to make sure that they do, is to find the right people for your work. How they experience it, how their lives could be changed, or heck, how they might just have an easier afternoon. you know, that's up to them, but it can't happen unless you say, you know what, the world is on fire, but what I'm doing matters. What I'm doing is part of the stream coming out of the fire hose to put that fire out for now. Also, if you're like me, there's only so much time to be alive. You're over 50, and it might be that your life is just leveling off enough where you feel like I finally have the time, I finally have the energy that I can dedicate to this book I've been putting off for years or decades. But oh my gosh, things are so horrible right now. Do I have the right? Well, we already talked about that, right? It's your responsibility to put your words out into the world where people can experience them and potentially, in ways large or small, be positively affected by them. And you're running out of time. I know this. I'm going to be 59 years old this year. I have so much left to do, so many stories to tell. And I remind myself every single day there is only so much time to be alive. And there's going to be another terrible thing in the news tomorrow. But every day that there's another terrible thing in the news and there isn't a news story by me, by you, out there as well, a new novel, a new short story, is a day that we have denied others the opportunity to have it a little easier, to be changed in some way, to be inspired, to be moved, even just to be distracted. What you do, or if you have yet to publish your first novel, your first memoir, your first short story, what have you, what you're about to do matters. So don't let the bastards get you down. Don't let the fire burn so fiercely that it keeps you from the fire inside you to create, to make, to tell your stories. Because the world needs what you do. If you would like a little help, encouragement like this, or more hands on assistance, coaching, mentorship, then you'll find a link in the description. And there should be a QR code right here on the screen where you can set up an absolutely free discovery call with me. Let's see if we're a good fit. If you're like me, if you're on the other side of 50 years old and maybe you have more resources than time, then I could probably help you. Meanwhile, whether or not, I hope that you will subscribe to this channel for more kicks in the pants like this one, as well as more straight up educational and informational content on building a creative writing life and getting your stuff into the world. Subscribe. You know the drill. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell, like, comment, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to have a free discovery call with me, either on the phone or on Zoom, then the link is in the description and the QR code is right there. Now go get back to your story and get it done and get it out there. The world needs you. My name is Matthew Wayne Selznick. Take care.